Yo, what's going on? It's your dog Art Man the Great. We're back with another question of the day. My bad, somebody that called me. Fuck. But yeah, I'm back on this motherfucker. Yeah, man. Look, that little beef with Regis and Haney, that shit started to heat up. I see Regis just made a video claiming that Team Haney pulling some fuck shit by moving the fight date back. And all I can say to that is, man, oh man, that's the ace side. But you know what it sounds like to me, in all honesty? It sounds like Regis, he feels a certain type of way because he already putting out videos about him struggling to make 140 and this and that. I feel like he don't want to put himself in a situation where he's fighting Haney not at his best. And that type of situation, man, you don't want it. Definitely don't want it. Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're not fighting at the 100% your best. And I've been saying it for a little minute, man. Like, Regis at 140, I seen that clip that he made a while ago. And I'm like, man, if you were struggling then, imagine what you're doing now. So I feel like, yeah, that's why he's feeling a certain type of way. But now people looking at it like every little jab they try to throw at Haney because they looking at it now like, yeah, Haney, he on that bullshit. So he's always trying to pull something sly or he's trying to do something, trying to maneuver around the situation. Okay, my bad. I'm back. But yeah, man. So they doing it again. Look, a lot of folks feel like Haney's treating Regis a certain type of way, and they feel like it's all strategic. And it's like, hey, man, this is the game of boxing. You know how that should go. Hey, yo, hey, man, I can't be on here for too long. I'm actually just about to go into work, but I seen this shit on Twitter. I wanted to talk about it real fast, man. Look, they can say what they want, but nigga, if you sign a contract to fight Haney, it's looking like you accept the fact that the boy is the A side, the young kid is A side. So if the man wants to push the fight back, so be it. Keep on training, nigga. But to me, it sounded like you're a little afraid. Like you feel like you ain't gonna the weight gonna be too much. See, niggas like Errol Spence, they ain't complain, right? They just went in there and fought.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. So you see this little beef with Regis and Haney.
I think that's just stuff for the fight because Hearn offered it. Regis jumped at it because it'd be his highest payday. Everybody talking about Haney only went after him because he looked bad. Regis had been first on the menu since before he even fought Zaria. He was first on the menu since he signed with Matchroom. So I ain't trying to hear that.
And you bitch ass niggas was saying this nigga Regis was gonna knock out Haney. So what the fuck are we saying here?
Right. I mean, we all know Shakur probably wasn't going to stop him anyway. Regis is a more dangerous fight, in my opinion. And Shakur is like Shakur's next opponent is probably about to be some ass, so nobody cares. This is why people are rightfully
Man, you already know
criticizing.
how ESPN gonna run it, and nobody wants to. We've been trying to secure some fights for him, but nobody wants to fight him. So credit credit to whoever this fucking bum Shakur's about to fight, for for stepping up and fighting the boogeyman of the division. That's what they gonna say.
I never understood why fighters that make all the sacrifices have to keep sacrificing, and fighters that make no sacrifices to make big fights, all people care about is how much money they're making. Why the fuck do y'all care how much money Shakur makes? Why? I don't understand why. Why does it matter? Y'all didn't give a fuck about Haney. Y'all didn't give a fuck about Charlo. Y'all didn't give a fuck about Spence. Y'all didn't give a fuck about Wilder. Y'all don't even give a fuck about Better Beav. Better Beav is one of the most underpaid unified champions in all of boxing. Y'all don't care about him. So what the fuck y'all care about Shakur for?
Because they're just staying for Devin Haney, bro.
Yeah, man. Better Beav is about to be 40 motherfucking years old. Got 3 belts at light heavyweight, and first of all, his fight's still going to purse bid. Second of all, the purse bids be like a million under $2 million.
It's
So
like
if
all
y'all
that
want to
nigga
be
fights go
crying,
to purse bids.
right? Like this nigga is Better Beav is one of the most underpaid champions in all of boxing, but y'all want to cry about Shakur, the Puerto Rican contender? Man, get that bullshit up out of here.
You see that words that you just said? A contender. The
He's a
nigga is
fucking
a
contender.
contender. Had one fight at 135, and he trying to get fight for all four belts for 50-50. That shit don't sound, and the fact that it don't sound nuts to people lets you know it's like not even worth the conversation.
Right. Like people are just concerned. People are just concerned about, they're more concerned about how much money he's making and his personal happiness rather than him taking the fucking fight. And people are like, "Oh, you don't want the fight." I'm like, "Bro, I encourage all fighters to take shitty deals when it's a fight I want to see because I'm selfish. I'm selfish and I want the fights. I encourage Haney to take dog shit. I encouraged fucking Charlo to take dog shit if it was Canelo, but now we got the other Charlo doing this. So Yeah, man, these dudes are just fucking weird. And then now they're trying to
You
shit
think
on
Charlo
Regis.
was tripping over the pay
No, I was talking
against
about Big
Canelo?
Charlo. I was talking about Big Charlo, but Lil Charlo, no. This is more money he was
He
gonna get off
jumped. He
Tim
jumped
Zoo.
on that shit. I
Yeah,
know he jumped on that shit. But they gonna say Canelo and Shakur is different. Yeah, okay. If it's different, then why aren't you pushing this guy to at least take the challenge, man?
my thing is, if y'all didn't give a fuck about Jamel Herring getting screwed over, why do you care about Shakur getting a contender split? That's the thing. Shakur has never taken a contender level split. He's always been the A side, no matter if he was a champion or not, and people are not used to that. This is the first time Shakur is being treated how he needs to be treated, which is as a fucking contender. His only fight at 135 is fucking Yoshi from Mario Kart. So like, just calm down, bro. Not to mention, I did the math. And if we go based on Devin Haney's last pay per view against Lomachenko, 25% of only the pay per view is 2.2 is $2,250,000. Okay, Shakur's new mandatory purchase is $3 million. If you add the gate and all the other shit to that, he'll make his little $3 million. So you guys are bitching over nothing.
And the opportunity for fight for all four belts.
Right. And y'all talking about, oh, Shakur sells out. He did a $1.6 million gate at the MGM. Yeah, he had about 10,000 people there. Haney and Lomachenko had 14,000 people there. So Haney did more. And it is what it is. There's a reason why Bob had him on pay-per-view and not Shakur. Y'all keep trying to make it, oh, Shakur does numbers and Devin Haney doesn't. Well, all right then. Shut the fuck up. What are we doing? You talking about Shakur does numbers, Devin Haney don't do no numbers, but then Devin Haney does better numbers than Shakur. Make it make fucking sense.
Man, my dude, Champs on the couch, right? He said, Yashi work at my local hibachi restaurant. Seen him yesterday. Haney by UD. Shakur better fall in line. Shit, that's true. But look, man, with Shakur Stevenson, it's like fans are starting to, like, even his own fans starting to look at it like, man, like, you spend a lot of time talking online, bro. You tweeting like you one of us. what the fuck is going on, nigga? Who you fighting?
Right. And then Floyd want to come in talking about that, oh, the good black brothers, da 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 da. I'm like, man, Floyd, first of all, motherfucker, if Haney was on your team, you wouldn't be saying anything about this. Second of all, Tank and his team are infamous for giving opponents the low end of the stick in exchange for the exposure. So don't even get me started on that shit. I think Isaac Cruz got like $250,000. His purse was trash. So let's not even get on that though. And the other stuff, as far as like the black brothers, Shakur has gone out of his way. He's Puerto Rican. So that's why he has no solidarity with Haney, but he can go, yes, Mr. Lomachenko, sir. Yes, sir. You're the real undisputed champ. Then all of a sudden
But now
today
he
he's
talking,
pushing up.
so he talking gangster.
Yeah,
You seen that?
because Loma said, "Sit your ass down." He ain't getting no fight either. you, you wrote
Damn,
all
now
that
Linares
Ukrainian.
got to fight too, so it's like, damn, nigga.
Yeah, and Linares fighting somebody better than whoever Shakur gonna fight next. He fighting Catterall. Catterall put the Beats by Dre on fucking
Josh Taylor
Taylor.
first.
Yeah. So shit, you got Linares putting in more work than
God
Shakur
damn,
Stevenson. That's
that's
just pathetic.
crazy. They all scared of you. Fight Keyshawn.
Oh no, I can't. We need 500 million. That's my brother. Niggas aren't related at all. Niggas aren't related at all. That's my brother.
I don't know who you gonna fight then if it's not Keyshawn.
But dude, it doesn't matter because he beats everybody. Remember?
He'll be the newies. That's what they saying now.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, dude, Shakur will stop anyway in the first round, one punch. He'll stop Spence, Crawford.
Nah, they saying the newie beats Shakur now. They said that's
Who,
the first fantasy fight he lost.
who said that dumb shit?
That other side of Twitter.
The other side is Twitter smoking crack. But you see, you see Shakur how quickly they turn on your black looking ass. Now Inouye's the guy. Before Inoue got over on Fulton, Shakur was the unstoppable force. Now they talking about Inoue versus fucking Tank. Like that makes sense. Shit is retarded.
Said Shakur's that one friend that'll tell your girl we was talking to another girl at the club.
A
Nah,
thousand
real
percent.
shit.
1,000%. Keep in mind, he has no chance with your bitch. You just want to fuck up your relationship. He has zero chance with her. He just wants to fuck your shit up at the house.
Bro, it's like, why not just take the but that shit's past. Who gives a fuck about that shit anymore? Now it's like, nigga, who you about to fight now? Because Devin Haney got a fight locked in. Motherfucking Linares got a fight locked in. Cambosis is most likely fighting Loma. That's why Loma not even replying to us. Like, man, you didn't get the fucking memo from Top Rank?
He,
Nigga, what the fuck?
he wrote all that Ukrainian sausage just to get left on red.
You
And
think
you know
that
what?
you think that belt you think that belt situation is gonna go to Shakur Stevenson if the belt becomes vacant? Fuck no, that belt probably gonna go to fucking Lomachenko versus Kambosos.
That should be funny, and
They'll
that's
say,
exactly.
oh, because Shakur couldn't secure a fight against the top WC ranking fighter, we giving it to Kambosos Loma winner.
And that's exactly what his ass deserves too. Fucking shit. What was I gonna say? Damn, I forgot. But yeah, no, that's exactly what his ass deserved. That's exactly what his ass deserved. I mean, the fact that he got the fight in and of itself with a win like Yoshi is unprecedented. He's one of those dudes who's had a lot of advantages. He's been getting all types of access and paydays, and now it's time to take a little bit of sacrifice, put in a little bit of work. Keep in mind, this is not a pay cut. You'd be getting at or exceeding your current purse amount, but he's just acting greedy, acting greedy.
And it's also wild too. This nigga over here barking at Showtime because he talking about y'all some ops on some other side of the street shit because y'all ain't want to put him in all access, even though they got him as the fucking thumbnail in the all access.
It's just crying about dumb shit
Dumb shit.
at this point. Just it don't even make no sense. Like just he's just starting beef. And like I said, what he's gonna do is he's gonna talk shit. He's gonna go then try to secure fights with Showtime, and then he's gonna be like, "Oh, see, they locking me out." No, if you want to act like an asshole, you're gonna get treated like an asshole. Speaking of Showtime, if Shakur wants to fight the best and he wants to make a lot of money, why isn't he calling out Tank?
Because Bob already said no.
Fuck Bob. I mean, why isn't Shakur calling out Tank? Why isn't Shakur pulling a Mikey Garcia talking about I see something and doing what it takes to get a Tank fight? That's what Mikey did with
I
Errol
know.
Spence.
She not even mentioned. And then you would think he would say something about Tank because Tank is the one that came out and said that nigga on some fake shit want to take pictures with you, but be popping that shit online.
It's real interesting. Dudes know who to play with. With Tank is nothing but respect, and actually, it's not even respect. He's just not talking about Tank. I'm like, Tank is free. Tank is a free man. Yeah, he might have a little bit of community service or whatever, but Tank is free for all intents and purposes, and Tank don't got no opponent. So why you ain't throwing your name in the hat, Shakur? What the fuck is your problem? You don't you like money? I mean, he's the money guy.
What's your thoughts on this Regis versus Haney situation where Regis is talking about Devin Haney team trying to push the fight date back?
I don't give a shit. Regis is personally lucky that of everybody at 140, Haney chose him. Haney has a good relationship with Matchroom, and Regis has been getting like $1 million purses for like his last 2 or 3 fights, if that. He might have been getting less. So the fact that he's even crying, trying to act like a diva at all is hilarious to me because he's a world champion and he gets paid dog shit, and it's because no one really wants to see him like that. So just go ahead, play your role, say fucking thank you, and then fight. If you win, great. If you lose, go back to doing what you was doing, fighting the Tyrone McKennas of the world. Nobody gives a shit.
But you think that Devin Haney's being strategic pushing that fight back?
I mean, out of the two of them,
you see Regis posting videos of him in this fucking heartfelt ass videos of him diary of making 140.
that's his fault. He's 35, 30, going on 36 years old. He's been a one-way class his entire career. That is entirely his fault. I feel that Haney's probably moving the fight back. Ramadan, is that early in the year or late in the fucking year? I don't remember.
Oh, he passed.
Okay, well, yeah. So, yeah, he's probably moving the date back just because it's more convenient. I mean, I don't think it's strategic. Regis has been at 140 his entire career, and he chooses to put himself through that. So that's entirely on him. And I understand why he didn't want to go to welterweight, because Regis would get the shit beat out of him.
No,
yeah, how you think Regis
versus Boots Ennis What the
Right,
fuck?
like what you gonna do? You gonna get smoked? I mean, honestly, I'm not even sure Regis would beat somebody like Butayev or some shit, or even like a Jamal James.
Think you too small.
And his fighting style, he's he doesn't really throw a lot unless he gets close to you. He waits too much, doesn't jab too often. So yeah, I think yeah, but he is small. Yeah, he's a pretty small 140 and at 147. Yeah, somebody like Stay to get on his ass. Shit, somebody like Ugas probably get on his ass.
Uh, how you think that fight plays out?
What, Regis and Ugas?
Regis and Haney.
Oh, well, I've always thought Haney was gonna get a decision. I think Haney just is capable of throwing more punches. Not to mention with all the southpaw experience he's been getting. I mean, Lomachenko is probably the most active southpaw aside from Errol Spence Jr. So he throws a lot of punches. Now that he's gotten adjusted to that style, he's dialing that in. Yeah, I think he should be able to secure a decision.
Good shit. I feel the same way too. But man, before I get up out of here, I just want to get your thoughts on nigga what happened, nigga, last week, or was it the week before last?
Spencer Crawford.
Yeah.
It was sad to see. To be honest, I thought at the very least after the first round, Spence would have the ability to keep his hands up on the inside. He didn't do that, and Crawford does what he does. He capitalized on all Spence's mistakes, and he got him out of there. You've seen it. I've been eating my crow and getting torched online all over the fucking place. So yeah, it is what
Think
it
that
is.
was? Do you think that was Spence at his best, or you think that was somebody that wasn't all the way there? Because there's been a lot of rumors and speculations being thrown around.
Spencer's gone through a lot. That's not an opinion. That's not an excuse. That's a fact. And he, despite everything he's been through, he still put on the fight for us. So I'm forever thankful. But yeah, of course he had a lot of issues, and Bud fans for years were making fun of that. They were like, "Yeah, he's a shell of himself. He's only got one eyeball. Ha ha. He's a drunk. He's this. He's that." It's like so. So Bud fans called it before we did. They said all that shit. Now all of a sudden they act like we can't talk about the shit. They got one little win. It's whatever, but now we got to see what Charlo gonna do. It's up to Charlo now. Charlo got to decide if you gonna after you fight Canelo, you gonna stay up there. If you win, you're gonna come back down. If you lose, what you gonna do? One thing I don't like though is Bud fans talking about I don't give a shit what happens to Charlo. He needs to see Bud. Like, hold the fuck on. You don't care what happens to Charlo. That's not for y'all to fucking decide. I mean, what if Charlo gets the living shit beat out of him? Y'all still want Bud to fight a Charlo that's been broken? Like, come on, bro. I mean, do I think that Jermel is going to get the living shit beat out of him? No. Is it more than possible that he's going to lose as opposed to win? Yeah. But, we just got to see. But if he takes a fuck ton of damage, I mean, like, come on now. Motherfuckers talking about no matter what. Like, calm the fuck down, no matter what. Fuck out of here. Well, I mean, champs on the couch. The WBO belt is going to be stripped from him and given directly to Tim Tszyu right after the Canelo fight. So that leaves an opportunity for Bud to clip Tim Tszyu for his WBO and then unify with Charlo. So we don't know if
The way it sounded, I don't think Spence gonna run that shit back at 54. I think he's just gonna move on.
Is that what he said?
That's not what he said. That's not what he said at all. He's actually saying the exact opposite.
Well, I mean, we got to see.
Isn't there like a certain days that you can activate your rematch clause?
I have no idea what the contract language dictates. That's up to the contract. Yeah, if they have a mandated rematch clause, that's exclusively in the contract. Now I have no idea what it says, but he says he wants to go again and rematch in December, and if that's what he wants, then hey, do it.
What if Spence come back and rematch at 154 and stops Bud, and they try to do a trilogy? Do you think
Now,
would that be in the top 3 greatest trilogies or not?
100%, that would be great. Because nobody is expecting Spence to come back and do that. People are saying Spence should retire, so they're expecting Spence to go back in there and get destroyed at 154. So if he were able to stop Bud, that would be insane. And then they would definitely have to do it again because they both stopped each other.
I know. That's just crazy. I think, man, I honestly believe Spence want in his heart of hearts, he knows some shit was down. He want to say something, but he ain't gonna say it. He got too much pride to say. At least, man, I ain't gonna lie. This training camp was hard for me to make the weight because, bro, I'm not gonna lie, Di. When that nigga Errol Spence threw that first jab, I thought the fight was gonna be over because that shit was so damn slow, bro. I'm like, nigga, nah, this is not it. The speed difference was just super major, and I'm like, man, Spence, why are you throwing so fucking slow? I know your punches is not as fast as Bud's, but ain't no way it's that fucking slow. Or was I
Even
tripping?
no, he was slower than Crawford, but the thing is, Spence knew that. He said that Crawford was faster than him. My thing is, he kept
Was he
his hand
slower than normal? Is what I'm saying.
than his previous fights, like before Danny Garcia. Sure, but that's what happens when you continue a professional at the career of a professional athlete without hospital mandated rehab. He just had the accident, went home, and did the rehab himself. That was stupid on his part. But no, what I was gonna say was keeping your hands down at mid range. I'd never seen Spence do that. I don't know what the fuck that was about. But when he went on the inside, he kept his hands down, open for the counter right hook. When he was at the mid range, he kept his hands down, allowed Bud to jab his fucking head off. I didn't expect him to do any of that. I'm not taking away from Bud's skill set. Bud is great. But I didn't expect. What's up, Spo J? I didn't expect Spence to have his hands down like that. He had his hands down for most of the time, even after Buzz started to connect.
That shit was just crazy watching my man's go out like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I feel like it could be a little bit to the fact that he's been at 147 too long and sustained those injuries prior to fighting Bud. I feel like at fight at 154 may be different. I'm not sure if Errol Spence wins it, but it's gonna. I feel like it'll be different from the first fight.
At the very least, he should just keep his hold the phones on both ears at the very least to at least dance to a decision and don't get annihilated. I never thought that there was a situation where Terrence Crawford couldn't stop Spence. I knew he could stop him. I didn't think he would stop him the way he did though. I thought they'd be fighting, they'd be in an exchange, Bud would land a good shot and then finish him off. I didn't think it would be 8 rounds of just child abuse. I didn't think
One sided ass whooping.
I didn't think all that. I didn't expect that from either side. Like if Spence had done this shit to Bud, I would be equally as surprised. Like, oh damn, Bud didn't do shit. Like I would be equally shocked.
Did y'all see his balance was off too, even though the media workouts was one episodes and all access?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we could see it, but the thing is, the victory is too fresh. These are conversations that we can't have. We need to wait till like a year and a half, maybe two. Because look at everyone's, oh, you're making excuses, blah, blah. We can't even look at the shit objectively. Before the
I
fight,
know it's to a point where niggas can't even say like, man, I ain't gonna lie, Spence did look a little different. Niggas like, ah, nah, but it's just that good, nigga.
before the fight, they were saying that Spencer's trying to age Bud out. Now they're saying that shut the fuck up, no excuses. Like, oh, what the okay, well, well, and then Bud fans talked. Bud fans are the ones that kept emphasizing Spencer's injuries. Oh, he's running away because he's a shell of himself. Oh, he's injured. Look at him. Oh, he got ejected from a Ferrari. Look, now he's got one eye. Y'all said all this shit. Now we can't talk about it. Now we can't talk about it. All right. Chance of Spence versus Tim if the rematch don't happen. Sure. I don't know if I'm Spence. I'd go right into a Tim Zoo fight at 154. Break him off somebody else. Maybe like a Brian Mendoza. Get him some money. He's earned it. Clipping Fundora, unless they got a rematch with the Mendoza Fundora joint. But yeah, I don't know if I'd run right at Tim Zoo. Let Bud fight Tim Zoo. People saying Charlos ducking every fucking body by
Fedora
fighting.
is rematching Mendoza.
Oh, son of
I
a
hope that
bitch.
shit's here. I hope that shit's here in Minnesota.
Man, shit. All right. Well, yeah. Well, if that's the case, then yeah, don't let Spence run right at Tim Zoo. Let him get a warm up first. Just man had his ass whooped. If the rematch don't happen,
That man said he want to do that shit ASAP. Fuck what y'all talking about behind. He want to do that shit in December. You think that's just the pride of him talking, or you think that's he really want to do it like that?
I think that's reasonable. I think that's reasonable. December because Bud been fighting once a year for the last few years anyway, and
But
and
my
that
thing is the contract. Do they agree that the fight has to be at 154 though? Because I think Bud would be like, nah, I don't want to do that.
I don't know. I have no idea. And Danny, no one's saying that. No one is saying he was too weak or stayed at 147 too long. I've said that I'm not taking anything away from Bud's skill. The issue for me is not even weight. It's not weight. It's not him, his size or his strength. It's what happened to him between 2018 and fucking now. Back in 2018, before any of this bullshit happened, everything was cool. But unfortunately, some decisions were made, some things happened, and he incurred some out of the ring damage. I'm not saying Bud's bad. I'm not saying Bud wouldn't have beat him regardless, but we need to examine it in context. The same as Bud fans were bitching about Bud's age. Oh, Spence is aging him out. He's waiting on him to age out. He's this, he's that. Bud fans said the same shit. And I guarantee you, if Bud had lost, they'd be crying about how fucking long the fight took to make. They'd be crying about, oh, they waited till Bud was 35. If he was just 34, he would have smoked DJ. Like it would be a bunch of that shit.
Yep. Hey, but I'm about to get up out of here, man. About to go clock in. But we're gonna do another separate video on that because we got to go in more depth about that shit right there specifically. Most likely do that shit tomorrow. So I'm gonna holler at you.
For sure. Have a good one. Thanks for having me on.